Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all alike. Tonight you're listening to The Brain Tool Show, reporting live and direct from some dumpy old building in some basement in Chicago. Here comes your two buffoons. I am Rob the Brain, and here's my co-host, the Buffalo Tool.
Good evening, everybody on CB Radio Drama Free, Zello Radio Network, Twitch, and YouTube listeners. You've got the Buffalo Tool here live and direct. I'm not in the dumpy studio. I'm actually somewhere in Texas.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all alike, welcome to the Brain Tool Show. It is the craziest show in recording live and direct all the way from some dumpy old basement in some old Chicago. And here comes your two buffoons. I am Rob the Brain, and here's my co-host, Buffalo Tool.
Good evening, CB Radio Drama Free listeners, and to our listeners out there on Twitch and YouTube. You've got the Buffalo Tool live and direct. But I'm not in a dumpy studio in Chicago. I am somewhere in Texas.
Okay. Again.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all around the world, if you're listening to the Brain Tool Show, live recording live and direct all the way from a dumpy old basement somewhere in old Chicago. And this is me. Yes, you're waiting for the two buffoons. I am Rob the Brain, and here's my co-host, the Buffalo Tool.
Good evening, CB Radio Drama Free listeners. You've got the Buffalo Tool here live and direct, and also welcoming the YouTube and the Twitch listeners. We are live and direct, recorded in front of a live studio audience. And I am not in the dumpy studios in Chicago. I am somewhere in Texas.
Did you notice something, Buffalo Tool? I could have sworn this happened 3 times. Is it Groundhog Day already?
Why, yes, it is Groundhog Day there, Rob the Brain. How did you know? Wait, is it because it falls on the same day every year?
I suppose. But speaking of Groundhog Day, did you notice that actually, and this is a true fact, Groundhog Day today went as such? Okay, you're wondering for the results. If you haven't found out the results about what happened to the groundhog this very fine day, well, guess what? The prediction was spring is coming early. So, happy news for you folks. Happy news indeed. Yes, the groundhog did predict the fact that we will be getting early spring. And that's good news for those who actually had a very, very rough winter. I mean, let's face it, just about a week ago, people were actually screaming in agony with all that pain from all that very, very Arctic blast that we got. So, congratulations for you folks. Guess what? Spring is coming early, and it's Groundhog Day. Did I mention it's Groundhog Day? I think I mentioned it's Groundhog Day. It's Groundhog Day.
Okay, Rob. Do they have groundhogs in Florida?
Well, no. This has nothing to do with Florida particularly. It's actually a national thing. I think it's Ohio is where they do that, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not so sure. I'm the wrong guy to... I really didn't get my what's the word I'm looking for? My facts together. Yes, because facts are not to be trifled with. You know, trifle, like when you have like layers and layers of good stuff. It starts with a cake and then some fruit and then some cake and then some more fruit. and then some like fresh cream, and then like yeah. I don't do trifle.
What do you mean? I think you're a very grounded guy.
Oh, look. I got a button. And that would be in Pennsylvania there, Rob. I believe is it Puxatawny, Pennsylvania? Puxatawny Phil, the groundhog. So I believe only in Pennsylvania there's going to be early spring. Nowhere else in the United States except only in Pennsylvania. Which would make people like Tilly happy because she likes to go to the Wawa and get coffee, but it's either too cold or too hot. So an early spring would mean perfect walking weather to the Wawa to get her coffee, as long as there's no poop on the sidewalk.
No, I don't believe this is true. She doesn't go to Wawa. The hell is a Wawa anyway? Who names a store Wawa? I mean, it's like me calling my restaurant Jin Jin, or Suka Suka, or Couscous. Well, wait, there is such a thing called couscous, but you get what I'm saying, right?
I got it. But there's places that are named weird things. Like, you ever been to those gas stations called the Come and Go?
Wow, when you talk about dropping a load, come and go.
The Come and Go. Well, yes. I mean, there's also a burger joint by the name of In and Out. I mean, why would you want to go to a burger joint and just go in and out? That doesn't make sense. In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Oh, wait, here comes the mustard.
In and out, because you go in, you eat the burger, then you're running out because you got to hurry up and get home and go poop.
If it makes you guys feel any better, the gas station I worked for was originally founded by a place called Coustard.
And Coustard, I like the name. That's pretty cool. Thank you for your interjection. That was pretty cool. Welcome to the show, by the way. Yeah, we love it when people interact with us. Really, we do. And speaking of interaction, can you guess what tomorrow is? Yes, if you're a male and you live in the United States, you should know this answer really quickly. Of course, you know what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is the Sunday that every man and some women who care for the game of American football, not to be mistaken with the regular football, because you see people across the pond, they say things like, oh, he's going to shoot the ball and it's a score. This is some great football.
Super Bowl.
The sun just arrived, yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow is Super Bowl Sunday, where the Patriots and the Rams will meet head to head, and there will only be one winner. Everybody has their favorite team. Everybody's cheering for their own. Will it be the Patriots? Will it be the Rams? Time will tell, and may the best team win tomorrow. Yes, that's right. So I hope everybody has their snacks, has their beverages, alcohol or non-alcohol, or just some coffee from the Wawa. But everybody get your decorations up, get your food and your beverages ready by tomorrow evening when Super Bowl Sunday hits. It is going to be party time because, Rob, I think we're all going over to Rattlesnake's house for Super Bowl Sunday this year. I mean, he was talking about decorations and food and stuff. I think that's an open invitation.
Okay. So, party, can I ram it home?
I believe you can indeed, Mr. Psychobagapoos. Yes, indeed. Well, you see, it is a very good invitation, yes, but I must decline to go. Sincerely, tomorrow, because you understand as well as I understand, I like to eat pizza. Yeah, much like an average any other American who would actually watch the game. You would order a pizza, you would order some wings, crack a beer, and then nachos, of course. Everybody loves nachos with a little bit of bacon and cheese and sour cream and jalapenos of sort. Yeah, that is the common thing to do. And I love doing all that. However, I don't like doing it with friends. And I like to watch the game all by myself and have all that food spread out in front of me while I go, oh, dude, did you see that? He called that a pass. But before we go further, in lieu of tomorrow's celebrations, we wanted to play a game with all our listeners. Yes, we're going to open the mics for you guys to interact with us directly when we actually ask you to do certain things. We're going to call this the Super Bowl Buffalo Tool Challenge. I hope you guys are ready for this.
Okay. All right, Rob, I'm going to ask you to please go over the rules of the challenge. I wouldn't say rules, but just how we're going to play, since you're way better at explaining things than I am. But before we do that, I would like to take a brief 5 to 10 seconds to introduce Mr. Psychobagapus, who is joining us here on the show tonight. He is the host of a show that he has on Sunday afternoons at, I believe it is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 o'clock Central. It's called The Afternoon Twist with Mr. Psychobagapus and his co-host Kayla. So we would like to welcome him to the Brain Tool Show.
Right. Having said that, allow us to play. Rules of the game are rather simple. The very first game we're going to be playing tonight, folks, it's going to be rather simple. The game is what we call Deflategate. If you remember, the Patriots have been actually known to be, in the Deflategate thing where they deflated the balls in order for them to win. Well, guess what? Here on the Brain Tool Show tonight, we're going to be asking you to deflate yourself. Yes, you can. All you have to do is give us the best sounding of your own deflection. The way you do it is by simply going... And the one that sounds most like a fart will be crowned the winner. Ladies and gents, without further ado, we give you the microphones to fart into it. And let's see, may the best deflator win.
Where's this Texas guy when you need him? He's really good at this game.
Hold on. It's brewing.
Well, you don't have to do it out of your ass. You can just simply fart out of your mouth.
Okay. It's not healthy to just bottle it up, so...
Well, that was musical. That was a musical deflation. I like it.
Did you notice the up and down, kind of like a do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do on that one?
Yes, it was musical. It was really musical. I think Lovebug has managed to actually give us what we would like to call the entire line of what would they call it? The chord system. Yes. If not the chord, sorry, what am I saying? The notation system. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
I think she actually hit the brown note as well.
Wow, that was long, sad, happy, and lame. All three in one. Can anyone top that? Oh my God, it started out with a very sad note and then increasingly all of a sudden became a happy and wonderful and wonderless occasion. And then it went just boring. Yeah, that was lame in the end. The ending wasn't the best, I would have to admit. The beginning, however, the beginning and the middle was great, amazing. Can anyone top that fart?
That one almost, to me, if I had my eyes closed, sounded like a hot rod taking off and squealing its tires.
Really? Is that what it sounded like? No, you know what that sounded like to me? That sounded like some high school kid walking down the Macy's parade and he doesn't know how to blow his horn.
Hi, guys. How are you? Hello?
Well, hello there, Mr. Whoever your name is, which is hard to read. I believe an @ sign. Yes, and welcome to CB Radio Drama Free, and welcome to the show. You are live and direct, broadcasting here across the globe on the Brain Tool Show, and we would like to welcome you on the Brain Tool Show. Of course, welcome, welcome. So, can you give us your best farting sound?
Wow. It's beautiful. No speak English. I speak Arabic. Assalamu alaikum. Free mic.
Rastafari, Rastaman, right away, all the way, man. I don't know what I'm saying. It just sounded Arabic to me. I don't know. I guess if I sound Jamaican, that's because that's my Arabic. Anyhow, so again, we're opening the mics and we're saying welcome to everybody here. So, having said that, could you please give us your best farting sound in celebration of Deflategate?
Well, he sounded like he was doing a pretty good job of speaking English. He sounded like it, even though he said he spoke Arabic, blah, blah, blah. But all we ask you, Mr. I can't read your name, Mr. Squiggly Lines there, give us your best fart sound. That's what we're doing here on the Brain Tool Show, only on CB Radio Drama Free and exclusively on the Zello Radio Network. Give us your best fart sound.
Yeah, Mr. Buffalo. How are you? Where are you from? Mike.
Fart sound, please. Could you give us a fart sound? Just, go, something like that. Your best one. Show us what you got.
Wow. Did you hear that? That sounded like this to me. Da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. He was trying to do that with the farting sound. Just like I'm telling you guys, this sounded like a child, one of those high school kids who go down the Macy's parade blowing his horns, and he doesn't know how to blow the horn, so he just fakes it by going...
Hello?
Now, Buick Skylarks, that one did sound like an NHRA burnout.
I'm so confused.
I shit myself!
Test 1, 2, 3. Welcome to CB Radio Drama Free, where we are in the midst of the Brain Tool Show tonight. Yes, with your host Rob the Brain and me, co-host Buffalo Tool. And we are celebrating, or actually reminiscing, the Deflategate from the Patriots Super Bowl a couple of years ago. And by giving our best deflating sound, which would be like a fart. So if you have a good fart sound that you would like to contribute here on the show, feel free to go ahead and key up and give it to us. We can take it, but you can keep the smell.
Well, that sounded very healthy, actually. That sounded very, very healthy. I have to give it to that Arabian fella. That was one Arabian fart.
Oh no, I was testing it to see whether or not it was, and I couldn't get a key up and it just came out. So you missed my best one ever. I had beans yesterday, so I'm feeling very musical.
I'm so confused at what's going on. I just downloaded this app.
Well, like I explained to you there, Mr. Test 123, we are in the midst of the Brain Tool show here on CB Radio Drama Free. We have a show every night, or every Saturday night at 11 o'clock Central Time, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where your host, Mr. Rob the Brain, he's sitting over there to the right, and I am the co-host, Mr. Buffalo Tool, and I am sitting over here to the left. And yeah, we're just having a good time here on the show. It's full of gags, not gag balls, but just some gags, and people, and we participate interaction. So just follow along as I read aloud.
Cool beans will do. I have a cold, so just let me know.
He has a cold, which means his deflation would be very, very smelly. You know, speaking of deflation, everyone needs to deflate every once in a while. Now, how do you deflate? By eating beans or eating things that are gassy, things that make you gassy. For example, onions. A lot of people actually overlook the onions. If you eat a lot of onions, you should be gassy. So if you want to win this particular game that we're playing, please chow down on some onion, preferably raw. And if you do that, you score extra points.
But some milk, eh? Mm-hmm.
Now, Rob, you're one to, you're quick on the draw here to comment on people's farts, but we haven't heard your fart yet. Why don't you rip one off for us? Your best deflation.
Yeah, for sure. How about a little kimchi fart?
Well, you folks are in luck. Today, I had a General Tso chicken. Yes. And General Tso chicken is usually served with a lot of onions in it. Yours truly loves those onions. So my favorite fart would be something along these lines. Here goes. See? Yeah, that was manly.
The plot thickens.
Now, we haven't heard too many ladies participate in the fart. Let me look through the box here while I'm keyed up, and let me see if there's any ladies available. Okay, we've heard from Tilly. There's Angel in Kansas. I don't want to interrupt our producer, computer chick, by bothering her. Oh, look at there, Rob. There's Granny 420 and Kayla and Lovebug and Ragin' Cajun. And let's see. There's a tech girl in the channel, but she doesn't ever key up. Dr. Edith is also, I don't know if she's available or not. Who's Wilson? Wilson peeking over the fence. Yes. So any ladies would like to participate? I'd like to hear Angel in Kansas give us her best one.
Ooh, we know who the virgin here is. Sounds like your behind is still well intact.
Okay. Mr. Tool, I've got an interesting medical fact that possibly Mr. Rob the Brain could back up for me. You do realise that the reverberation, the sound of the fart, is caused by the buttocks vibrating against each other. So if you were to clasp a buttock in each hand, spread the cheeks and let one go, all that you would hear would be escaping air.
You mean something along the lines of... Right. So, having said that, that's interesting because, the ladies, like I believe Angel in Kansas actually did write something really interesting in the text box. She says, ladies don't fart, they toot. So, how do you toot? May we hear your best toot? Can you toot away?
Well, you didn't say me, so let me build it up. Hold on. Okay, that wasn't good.
That was fabulous. That was great. That was way out of left field.
Yeah, let's talk about deflation with a new fresh pair of boxers here.
Fresh new set of boxers. You know what? Yeah, that would smell kind of odd, because you get that smell of freshness in the boxers, and then all of a sudden you get that smell of fart. You mix them together and it smells like a fresh fart.
I like to have some like.
Damn, that was real. That was real. That was real. And hello, Kayla. Oh boy, that was real. He ripped one. He actually ripped one. He actually ripped one. All right, guys. Moving on. Let's move on. We have a lot to cover. By the way, especially for the ladies. Ladies, we want you to stick around, because later this evening we do have a segment especially designed for the ladies. Isn't that right, Mr. Buffalo Tool?
Yes, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet, but for all you ladies out there, we have a segment coming up after the halfway mark, and it is especially for you. It is, may I say, and I don't mean this in a sarcastic way, it is right up your alley.
I hope you've left a breathing hole for poor little Buffalo Kitty. Oh dear, or does she like it in the bag?
Oh my, that's another real one. That one sounded kind of forced, like you had to really push it out of there.
Yeah, that's the one that actually gives you a dingleberry. Anyhow, and for our next Super Bowl game, I hope everybody's ready for this one, because this one I'm going to make a wonderful announcement for. Here it goes. For the next game, we shall celebrate how to become a ball in a goal. Exactly. If you have ever dreamed of being the ball, being kicked all the way across the field and making your way to the game, yes, you need to cross between the two giant poles. And how you do that? By becoming a ball, right? Well, if you want to be a ball, we will make it happen to you. Here's how you do it. All you have to do is submit a photo of yourself between a window or a door. If you stand between the doorway and take a photo of yourself and ball yourself, make yourself look like a ball, we would really appreciate you if you send us one of those selfie photos. Now, you don't have to show your face. You can actually show us your back. But yeah, definitely. Go stand between the doorways or a window or something, and make sure you stand dead center, and that will be good.
Right.
Right. That was amazing. Bedang. Did you hear that? Buffalo Tool, it's a bedang. I heard a dang. Bedang. So, let's see. Did anybody submit any photos of themselves huddled up between a doorway, like on a step? Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I like those photos. Photos of people doing crazy stuff is kind of funny.
I would, Rob, but I'm not wearing any clothes right now.
Well, that's how it's supposed to be anyway. I mean, that makes you more realistic. A ball doesn't wear clothes anyhow.
All I'm wearing is my Walmart cowboy hat I bought today.
You have a Walmart cowboy hat? No way. May I take a look-see?
Well, all right. Okay, hold on a second.
I'm holding on. Much like our viewers, they're going right now and snapping photos of themselves, showing us that they can be the ball going into a goal line. Yes, yes, the goal. The goal is to be the ball and, go into a window or a door and stand there and take a photo of yourself. And that will be a ball.
Well, it looks like Jason and his best friend would rather play video games than submit a picture of them in the doorway. And Psycho Bagapus, that's a very good picture there.
Psycho Bagapus, sir, I can honestly say with full confidence, you're good. And that's a good thing. That's how we grade here in the U.S. When the ball goes in the middle, that makes you good. That's a good ball. Good.
Hold on. Let me throw a shirt on and I'll take a picture.
No, you're not. You're already wearing a hat. You're already wearing a hat. And you look very good in that hat. I can honestly see you driving a 1972 Camaro going, hey, how y'all doing? Mm-hmm, yeah. And you're chewing on some gum with a very, very thick mustache, with a Confederate flag on your car, going, yee-haw, I can drive this all day crazy, yeah.
See, and I thought you were going to say wrapped in the Confederate flag.
Well, Of course, why would he wrap himself in the Confederate flag? That's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Well, because he said he wasn't wearing anything else.
I took my hat off and put a shirt on. How's that?
Well, Wilson looks like he's gonna foul because Wilson is not in the middle of the door. Please look at the photo.
I saw that. It looks like he's cheering for the defense.
Right? Which, while you guys are doing these photos, we're going to ask the question that everybody wants to ask. Yes, this is a very, very important question, okay? Everybody wants to know. Everyone wants to hear your prediction of who is going to be the winner tomorrow. Is it going to be the Patriots? Yes, the New England Patriots. Of course, with a quarterback, legendary quarterback, actually, Patriot. I'm a Patriot myself. I'm a big fan of the Patriots, but I will take it. I'll take it. Or the Rams, the newly homed out of Los Angeles Rams. That's right. Not to be mistaken with St. Louis. The Rams are no longer in St. Louis. They are now at the wonderful and lovely city of Angels, Los Angeles. So, ladies and gents, we give you the microphones in order for you to tell us, who do you think will win? And if so, why?
We'd love to see the Rams win, but we know the Patriots are going to take it because the Patriots has took it all several times. So, yeah.
I myself am going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that the Rams are going to take it this year. I love cheering for the underdog all the time, especially when the Patriots are involved. They've won enough. Brady doesn't have any more fingers to fit any more rings on, so let's hope that the Rams will win it.
Ooh, I know the answer to this question. I am 100% certain I know who's going to win that game. It's the team with the most points.
We knew you were going to say that. The Rams are going to win because they got the best pass rusher, Donald. He's going to sack Brady, put pressure on him. The cornerback and Peters, the safety, are known to intercept Brady, one of the few people. So Rams by 4 points.
Okay. The team that's going to win is the one that gets the most wickets.
But in the end, aren't we all winners?
It's the Rams. Yeah. They played good in Missouri. They'll do us good out there.
Oh, nighty ho, neighbors. I'm predicting the fans are all going to be winners at that game until Maroon 5 takes the stage.
I think who's going to win is the people who get the most money.
And welcome, Wilson. Welcome to the show.
All right. I need to ask this question. When we heard the halftime show is going to be by Maroon 5, I wasn't so disappointed. But then they mentioned this other guy's name, some rapper I've never heard of. What are your thoughts on this?
It's all a popularity contest. Whoever's the most popular sings the songs. I think I don't watch sports.
I'm actually hoping the Patriots win. Yes, I know it's terrible. I'm actually hoping they win.
I don't think so, Tim.
The Rams going to beat the Patriots.
Rams gonna win and dominate. Oh, hope they do it. I hope. Can you feel the noise?
I need a win since '92, since we won the football game. Yes.
But everyone wins in the end, right?
Well, we've heard from OG Criminal, one of our LA natives, but we haven't heard from the other LA native over there, Mr. Rattlesnake. He had a very strong opinion earlier on who was going to win the game. Mr. Rattlesnake, are you on channel?
Yes, I am on channel live and direct. And of course, the Rams are going to take it. Absolutely 100% sure.
I hope they do, because if not, they're going to burn the city down.
And there you heard it, folks, live and direct here on CB Radio Drama Free from Mr. Rattlesnake One himself, a strong LA Rams fan. He has his house decorated in LA Rams attire and banners and streamers and cups and plates and everything ready for the party tomorrow. His prediction will be correct. I guarantee it.
So what you're saying is he's a Patriots fan.
Quite on the contrary.
Well, I personally am from New England. I am from Boston, Massachusetts myself. So, to be honest with you, I'm a homegrown kid, and I love my home city, of course. And so, I definitely support the New England Patriots. Although, in all fairness, I will say this in regards of Brady there. He is a great quarterback. He did give us a legendary time, and to be honest with you, I think the man is getting older, and it would be nice to see somebody else other than us go up into their into the Super Bowl. So it's okay if we lose here and then. Brady needs to be humbled, in my opinion.
Sorry, what sport is this? I'm confused because I don't watch sports.
It's a Granny 420 moment. And Rob, how would you like to have a friendly little wager on this Super Bowl? Just a friendly wager, no money exchanging hands, but just a little wager. Would you like me to present this to you here live and direct?
Yes, yes, I will do nudity if need be.
No, 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 no nudity. No. No. If the Rams win, okay? No point spread, no nothing, just flat out Rams win it, okay? You will eat my underwear after it's already been used.
No, no, that's not a wager. That's hazing. I mean, really, I don't need your underwear to eat it. I have my own, and let me tell you, they can be really nice and brown. So it's okay. I'll pass on that.
Ah, but I got one for you, Rob. You will get a Rams jersey and you will post it online to everybody back in Boston.
No, no. No, 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 no. No. I love my family and I don't want to be disowned.
What he means is yes, very much so.
And Rob, I can get it cheap for free even here in St. Louis. And then mail it to you.
Okay. I didn't realize my doorways were so narrow. It must be because of the old building that I'm in. My word. They're not a standard door size.
How long have you been living in that house?
I was about to ask the same thing.
I didn't realize it. I'd never taken a photo of somebody stood in the doorway before. So, yeah. There we go.
Yeah, the wager could be like, if the Patriots lose, he has to be on Zello, Rob the Brain, at least for an hour. Everybody comes in, he's got to say something stupid like maybe from the Airplane movie. You ever seen a grown man naked? And Buffalo Tool has to do the same thing. He has to walk to a grocery store or gas station. He's got to do that for an hour.
Rob, what do you say?
Okay. But don't call me Shirley.
Yeah, that is a good wager. That's a definitely good way. I can do that. I can do airplane stuff all day. I will create havoc and then take off my shirt, run around in front of the camera and show my boobs in a moment of chaos.
All right. Yep. Sure.
What's up, everybody? What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Hello there, Skid. How are you? You see, that's my favorite scene of the movie. I mean, the whole movie is great. Airplane is a great, great movie. And there's so many funny words that you can come out of that. Yeah, you know. That's when I had established a drinking problem.
Sounds like both of y'all are coming on the show, cops.
Cops? You mean like the one, bad boys, what you're not gonna do? What you're not gonna do is chase after me.
Okay. Moving on. 2 cups, 1... No. 2 cops, 1 perp.
How is Rob the Brain doing today? Or tonight?
Rob the Brain is doing fabuloso, sir. and welcome to the Brain Tool Show once again. Oh, yeah. Well, it is rather interesting because we are on the eve of Super Bowl night. You know what that means, right? Tomorrow, there will be interesting commercials. Speaking of Super Bowl commercials, what is your favorite commercial of last year, or that you remember?
I like that one commercial during the Super Bowl where Marvin got a haircut and then it looks like he fell down the stairs.
Oh, that was epic. That was epic. In fact, somebody posted a photo of it. Marvin falling down the stairs while he's all bald-headed. Oh, man. He was like, oh, no.
Okay. I like the Fire and Ice Mountain Dew advert, I do believe it was.
You can't like that. No. You're not supposed to like that. That is for Rattlesnake to like. He is the only guy who's supposed to like anything with Mountain Dew, so you got to pick another one.
How about that one Super Bowl commercial where that one guy shot himself in the ass?
I remember that one. One of my favorites was the one with the dog and the horse for the Budweiser. The horse was raised on that farm and made good friends with that dog. He got sold, give away, whatever, and then they meet again, and it was great. It was very, very touching, to be honest.
I'm a bit partial too. Was this where it aired the Pepsi Super Bowl commercial? Was that the one where they brought back Cindy Crawford? Or is that the one? Am I thinking the right one?
Yep, they did a couple Cindy Crawford ones. Yeah, I was going to say that one. I can't remember the whole commercial, but it was with Tabasco sauce, and whatever would eat it, they'd like shout fire. You remember that one? That goes way back.
Yes, I remember that one too. I remember the one with the the mosquito. After biting this guy, mosquito bite, and then it just explodes, and this guy eating hot wings. That was pretty funny.
I like the one with the Doritos. When that lady goes in labor, the baby comes out. That was funny.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me it was very logical of a commercial? A lady is in labor and then a baby comes out? Of course the baby is going to come out if she's in labor.
Yeah, but the baby comes out eating Doritos.
No, the Doritos, somebody laid a Dorito on the mom's stomach. Then the baby kicks and the baby comes out and the doctor catches it. That was funny.
What about the one with the it was like a dog show, but the humans were the ones that were participating and the dogs were the ones that were the owners?
Oh yeah, the Best in Show. Yes, the human Best in Show. That was a good one. That was a good one. Another good one that I like. That my very favorite also was another Budweiser. Believe it or not, Budweiser actually for years they've had very, very good ad campaign, and it was about that other horse that they raised on the farm, and then he sells it to Budweiser, and years go by, and then there he is. He sees the horse, and in the what do you call it, in the parade or whatever. It was very, very unique.
I know which one I didn't like. That's the one where we're all on a high from the Super Bowl. Everybody's hyped. We're like, man, this is great. The commercials are great. And then all of a sudden that kid was dead.
I'm so new to this app, I don't even know what to do.
Who stole all my tuna fish out of the cupboard?
Kittens.
I did. I took the tuna fish. I'm sorry.
Ooh, wasabi. Mm-hmm. Spam, spam, spam. I took all the spam.
Blame it on Buffalo Kitty.
Okay, yes. Did the cat get out of the bag? That's where your tuna's gone.
You wondering where your tuna's gone? I'll tell you. Every time I look at your tuna, I find out that your tuna was not gone. Your tuna has always been dead and will always remain dead because you buy dead tuna. If you were to buy a live one, then I will agree with you and I ask you the same question. Where is your tuna?
So here's a question: cats or dogs?
My cats, they really love tuna. If I open up a tuna, they just go after it and start licking it. My kitties took the tuna.
Okay. Well, hello, Wallace Herbert, and welcome to the Brain Tool Show. Oh, my. Oh, I've gone into full-on producer mode. Maybe I should pass that over to Tool or the Brain.
I'm not going to blame Buffalo Kitty. Isn't Buffalo Kitty training for the Kitty Bowl right now? I thought, getting prepped for the big game tomorrow.
I'm just blaming it on the dog. So it is. That dog. There's a Yorkie. Blame it on the dog.
Right. I'll go ahead and take this one. Good evening or good morning, Wallace Herbert, Dr. Edith, and welcome to the Brain Tool Show, the #1 show on CB Radio Drama Free. And right now, your host, Rob the Brain, and the co-host here, Buffalo Tool, we are discussing the Super Bowl. We gave our predictions, and now this is the show where we encourage interaction between the listeners and the hosts. And we are discussing at this very moment your favorite Super Bowl commercial of all time. So if you watch the game or if you just watch the commercials, do you have, Dr. Edith, a favorite Super Bowl commercial that you'd like to throw on the table here for us? While Dr. Edith goes ahead and thinks of her favorite Super Bowl commercial, the commercials with the babies, remember those? What were those ads for? It had to be like some sort of financial E-Trade. E-Trade. Remember the baby commercials? Those were always pretty funny.
You can't tune a piano, but you can tune a fish. Oreo Speedwagon. This wasn't really funny, but I thought it was the best commercial for that year. Was Clint Eastwood driving through Detroit, trying to save the auto industry. That was a pretty cool commercial.
I thought it was you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish.
Okay. So would you have to stay tuned?
Well, there are some commercials that actually are cool. I remember, what was it, 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, they had a commercial, and it was I think it was about Dodge Ram, and it was about that God created a farmer, a person who wakes up in the morning and plants the seeds and waters it and cares for it and whatnot. And throughout the whole time, they were showing you photos of course, farmers using Dodge Ram. And I thought that was really, really beautiful, really, really brilliant, and made the message very clear. If you're a farmer or if you work anything along those lines, Dodge Ram is for you. And I thought that was a very, very good commercial. It was kind of a borderline tearjerker.
And it would tie in with the LA Rams.
I don't know if I'm talking about the right one, but I don't know what what year it was, but I like the one where the dog and the horse. It's a Bud Light commercial, and it's where the dog gets lost, and the horse saves the dog because the dog's coming home, finding his way home, and this wolf's coming after him, and the horse saved them, and they all come home together. Every time I watch it, it brings tears to my eyes.
And those are very, very good commercials. They are indeed. Well, guess what? We are at the halftime of our show right now, and just about halftime. And ladies, we need to get you out of the woodwork before we reveal our latest and coolest segment. Buffalo Tool, I'm going to put you in charge. Call out on all them ladies.
Oh man, do I get to call the ladies out? I don't know if I could do that. Let me go through the box here and see how many ladies we have in here. Of course, we heard Cougar Mama, but we have Angel in Kansas. Let's see. There's Computer Chick. She's more than happy to interact with us. Of course, there's Cougar Mama. Lady Giggles is on busy. Granny 420, are you awake? Wake up, Granny 420. Let's go. And then there's Kayla, Lovebug. Lovebug has been participating tonight here and there, and we would encourage more participation from her as well. Raging Cajun, she's always good for a participant. Key up, but don't just text, because we want to hear what you have to say on our subject tonight. Tech Girl Lady. All right. Who's the Whispering Wind? That kind of reminds me of that fart thing. Remember when you spread your butt cheeks and you just hear, and Tilly. Oh, and Dr. Edith. She was on here just a minute ago. So, ladies, we have got a topic for you tonight here on the Brain Tool Show.
Yes. And the topic is a guide to a healthy vagina. Yes. We, today, at the Brain Tool Show, we would like to give a service to the general public, and of course to the ladies especially, because they are the authority on how to keep a healthy vagina. Healthy vaginas give healthy sex. But before we go further with this particular subject and or topic, allow me to say thank you all for tuning in or listening into the Brain Tool Show. This is one of the very one and only shows that allows you to interact with the hosts and the guests alike, live and direct here on CB Radio Drama Free. Now, how do you want to become a participant and or be a part of the show? All you have to do is download Zello. Zello, that's the app, from the App Store or Google Play. And you can honestly type in CB Radio Drama Free in channel search, and that will bring you to our channel. And you can interact with us and with everyone. And not to mention, don't forget also to tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow on same channel here. Yes, And if you're listening in on Twitch and or YouTube, of course you can tune in through that. And tomorrow, the afternoon twist. I believe it's at 1 Eastern Standard Time. 1 a.m. 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the afternoon. Yeah. And you can come in, and it's hosted by Psycho Backpuss and Kayla. It's the one show that actually is very informative. They cover the whole entire week, and they give you all the information that you need and don't need. Believe it or not, information is power. Power is good. So be informed to be powerful tomorrow. Don't forget to tune in. And we also do have another thing to tell you. Do you like mumbling? Yes. Do you like mumbling that actually makes you laugh? Makes you wonder, ponder? Don't forget to tune in on Thursdays. Thursdays, yes. Also, we do have a new show for you. You can tune in every Thursday and listen in on This and That.
To keep a VJ healthy, never take it out of the box.
I thought that was a question for the women. I'll answer that one. Keep it clean. Do your exercises, and be very picky on what you let inside.
Right. Those are two very good examples. Very good. And Rob, you forgot to mention that the This and That show is hosted by uh, Adam and his co-host, Mr. Eagle, Todd. And that is Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if I'm not mistaken. And like Psycho Bagapus says, right. Moving on. Guide to a healthy vagina. Ladies, this topic is all for you. Sometimes I feel on this show we do not give the women in the audience, the women listeners, enough of an opportunity to key up or interact, because a lot of the topics have to deal with guy stuff, But tonight we are turning over the microphones to the women in the audience, listeners, participants, maybe a new participant, longtime listener, first-time caller. Tell us, what are your steps to maintain a healthy vagina?
Ooh. Can I briefly draw up at the rear with a fun sports fact that I found in the Guinness World Book of Records 2019? The largest foam finger stroke hand. Dell Technologies USA created a 6.12 meter tall by 2.86 meter wide, 2.86 meter long and 0.47 meter wide. That's 20 foot by 9 inches by 9 foot 4 inches. Sports style foam hand, as confirmed in Grand Prairie, Texas, USA on 5th of September 2017. So they've got big fingers down in Texas. Who would have thought it?
Well, that's interesting. Big finger, and we're talking about the guide of a healthy vagina. So, all right. I believe Angel and Kansas actually did say, keep it clean, be very picky on what you insert in there. And that's very rather vague. I mean, what other tips do you give to a healthy vagina? I mean, how do you keep a healthy vagina? Does hair play a role in this? Do you have to shave or not shave? Does it make a difference? Does it make it less healthy or healthier if you shave or not? Or better yet, which is the question that I always ask whenever I think of it, do you douche often?
Well, for a healthy vagina, you want to go to your regular doctor's appointment once a year, shave, douche. Yeah, you got it, Mr. Rob. That's a very healthy vagina.
Now, I have a question, Lovebug. Remember, this is all about interaction between the listeners and the hosts, but this time the host is going to interact with the listeners. You mentioned douche. Is it possible to douche too much and dry out the vagina?
No.
Lovebug is incorrect. The vinegar in the douche can dry the vagina. You want to douche no more than 3 times a week.
These sound like higher sources.
Technically, I don't use the vinegar one, so I couldn't tell you. I'm just speaking from my experience.
Well, of course. And especially after you have sex, you want to do the same and clean up and, trim the little, trim it and make sure you go to the doctors and get all your shots and stuff, and the most important one, make sure you just don't let anybody knock on your door.
Yes, yes. And don't forget, another key to keeping the vagina healthy is doing your Kegel exercises. Just like any other part of the body, you've got to do your exercises. Keeps it tight.
Now that brings me to a question. By exercises, would that be, like what? Like exactly? What do you mean by exercise? Do you like stretch? Exactly. I mean, do you mind going into more details on how to exercise a vagina?
You flex your pussy muscles and exercise it that way. Tighten it up, loosen it. Tighten it up, loosen it with your muscles.
Ah, okay, I get it. So it's basically like if I take my arm and bring it up to form this tiny little muscle that I call muscle here and flex it like that. Same thing, same principle?
For guys, it's more like, okay, like tightening your ass cheeks. Like when you're trying to hold it in, and then you just kind of slowly release. Hold it, count to 10, slowly release. But y'all do it with your ass, we can do it with our vagina.
Interesting.
And that right there serves as two explanations, Miss Angel. It explains how you maintain a strong, healthy vagina, and it also explains how I maintain that perfect ass for yet another crown next year of Ass Giving Champion, which I won't mention out loud because Rob might get upset, but that's a different thing. But okay, there. That's my secret too, to a healthy ass.
No. Your dream on, mister. Next year is me. I'm the winner next year. I've been doing squats and kumquats and all sorts of squats with my ass. So I'll win. So no.
Actually, you're technically not supposed to douche at all. It is a self-cleaning organ. Your body cleans itself. Any expert will tell you you are not an OBGYN. Gynecologist will tell you not to douche, coming from a nurse.
Well, I'm sure that maybe douching may be a different, I'm no OBGYN or gynecologist, but I would say just from experience that maybe, vaginas are different and maybe some of them would require a good douching every once in a while, especially if they are, let's say, a little more active than others, because grass doesn't grow on a busy street.
And you're not going fishing.
Those of the lot lizard forte.
If it smells like fish, eat all you wish.
Now, that brings me to the other question. Since we're talking about the guide to a healthy vagina, here's a question for you. Now, I understand that there's something called yeast infection. And of course, yeast infection is definitely not a good thing. And it's not a healthy vagina if you capture some yeast infection. Now, often the treatment is, of course, antibiotics and I believe some sort of creams of that nature in order for you to get rid of that. How does one actually, keep yeast infection away? How do you prevent yeast infection? I mean, for example, is it the same form of yeast that you would find in a bakery or a baked good?
Okay. So what are you saying, that maybe there could be a bagel down there?
From what I've learned today, there may be spotted dick.
I get yeast infection when I take some kind of pill. So they gave me a pill to take so I won't get the yeast infection.
Well, I have also heard that the best way to prevent a yeast infection is when you're washing your underwear, ladies, no matter how much material they may be, could be a string, could be a parachute, whatever, do a separate load of just your underwear and wash them in warm and preferably hot water to kill any bacteria, which will help prevent yeast infections.
And also, you wear cotton underwear too, because sometimes the other underwears has like a material that can cause yeast infections. Of course, keeping it clean, and of course, eating healthy too, because a lot of things do have yeast in it, like carbs and stuff like that. But eat healthy with that.
Yeah, from what I understand, I personally have never had a yeast infection, but I don't eat a high yeast diet. I don't eat a lot of bread or bread-based products, just out of natural, I don't like them.
So cotton is the material of choice then. I've always been a sucker for a woman in satin or lace, mainly satin.
You know, the better question here is that, I mean, can masturbating with a loaf of bread cause yeast infection? Because obviously at that point you're exposing yourself to yeast almost immediately.
Gives a whole nother meaning to the word Subway.
I don't know that masturbating with bread would be pleasurable. Just saying, doesn't really have the right shape or texture, consistency.
Okay. Depends on whether or not it's a French stick or a baton.
Okay, a piece of toast then.
But it's a foot long.
A Mexican churro.
Guys keep lying to us about measurements anyway. That's why we have such a hard time.
Well, see, you know, in the guide of happy and healthy vagina, does sex actually play a role in this? I mean, is it healthy for you to actually avoid all sex, or having sex is very healthy for your vagina?
Actually, having sex is healthy for the vagina. It's another exercise. Just saying. So it is healthy, but you have to be picky on the size and the cleanliness of the gentleman you choose. You have to make sure that he's not, that he bathes regularly.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, Angel. You gotta make sure that the guy is definitely clean, or else that can cause some problems as well.
Now, this is a very interesting and daring question. Since sex is a healthy thing, of course, for the vagina, wouldn't be, let's say, an artificial penis, such as like a dildo or something, would that be considered also a healthy thing for your vagina? Obviously, with the cleanliness in mind. You know, a clean dildo is a happy vagina. Does that make sense?
Of course it does. Dildo can be happy. And it can be cleanliness, and it is healthy. It's safer. Has 3 speeds. It don't talk back.
And it doesn't spit.
Hey, they have some that spit, Mr. Buffalo Tool.
The thing you have to be careful of with artificial stimulants is making sure that the force on the muscles and the clitoris isn't too much, the vibrations of those toys can actually cause muscular damage. You have to be careful of that.
Oh, right. The Force. And may the Force be with you when you're having your own pleasure at this point. But see, now, here's the thing. Like, for example, if you were to, have a sex toy and, you're having fun with your sex toy and then you're done, and then a pocket of air comes out, aka what we call queef. Is that a sign of a healthy vagina?
It's not unhealthy. It's a sign. It's just air. It's air that has gotten trapped between the inserted object and the vaginal walls. And so when that pressure is released, kind of like with a balloon, tight enough, air comes out. When you let go, the air pops out.
Right. So queefing is not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just air coming out of the healthy, happy vagina. So, this is really an interesting topic. See, the reason why we dedicate this particular hour, or this hour of our show, is for the ladies, for them to actually express themselves and give each other tips and guides on how to have a healthy, happy vagina. Now, is it all right for you to talk to your vagina? Like, some guys, not all, but most or some, they talk to their penis, Hey, man, it's good to see you. Nice to see you up and rising, Do ladies do the same?
She says no.
Then I would say that your pH. Now I forget.
No, we don't, Mr. Rob. No.
And Marvin, since she forgot what she was going to say, please, if you guys are laying in bed, make sure you're laying on a Granny 420 memory foam mattress. That may help improve the memory. And if not, have her put on her shoes with her Granny 420 memory foam inserts. That will also help remember things and not be so forgetful.
Not to mention, here's your chance to actually, an opportunity, in order for you to see if talking to a vagina would make it a happier vagina. Like, for example, you have a vagina in your face and you say, hey there, how you doing? Nice lips. Hey, tell you what, would you like to have a little bit of rouge around your lips, eh?
Or you could look at it and say, I think it's time for a haircut.
Okay. Or you could look at it and say, smile.
So, Rob the Brain, Buffalo Toll, do you like the bush or no bush?
Oh, I don't like bush. I'm not a fan of the bush, no. I personally like Yingling, if that makes any sense. I prefer Yingling over bush at any given day. And if I must choose, really, I prefer Guinness.
I think it depends on the color. Dark hair, I believe, looks better, in a full bush. And the lighter colors, such as blonde, would look preferably bald, I think.
I don't know. Does using lip balm on your vaginal lips make any difference at all if they ever get dry?
Okay. We don't want any chapped lips now, do we? Cherry chapstick.
Okay, that will cause a yeast infection. See, that's with health. Douching can cause a yeast infection if you douche too much. So.
Which gives me a question. I mean, you know, I mean, they have lip balm and they have lip balm. You know what I mean? I mean, what? Like, okay, look, you know, last week we had this very, very nasty weather. Everyone knows about it. You know, it was really, really cold, extremely cold. And obviously chapped lips. I wonder if pussy pussy lips ever get chapped, what would be the remedy for that?
They have some stuff called chicken poop at your Tractor Supply store. Chicken poop.
Right. Tractor Supply sells chicken poop lip balm. I've seen it.
But you wouldn't. How would that song by Katy Perry go then? I kissed a girl and I liked it. The taste of a chicken poop chapstick.
No, guys. Again, she's right. That causes yeast infection. No.
Well, then, if anybody's listening and they want to create a new feminine product, definitely they can make a feminine lip balm, especially for dry pussy lips. You know, because this invention, this is a great invention. Whoever does this is going to be a millionaire. I promise you this much. Whoever comes up with a very, very, very healthy way of keeping a healthy vaginal lips nice and moist and dry, yeah, that would be a very, very wise idea.
KY already did.
Vaseline, you could use baby Vaseline also to keep it from not getting chapped, to keep it moist also. Also, the natural way is baby Vaseline with nothing added.
Yeah, good mineral oil can work. Mineral oil, or I kind of try to stay away from Vaseline. I don't really like the feel of the petroleum jelly. But KY has some liquids that also work. They're kind of mineral oil based.
So we're not talking engine oil then?
Yeah, the main reason why they have hair down there is to keep it from chafing.
Well, you know, I was outside.
The only thing that gets chapped is your nipples.
Well, you know what, let's talk about this. You know, she says, my vagina's cold. I'm like, well, stay out a little longer so I can pull the icicles off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's a little interesting. So, okay, so nipples get chapped. Would do you consider? Well, no, I guess any moisturizer will take care of that. But see, today's episode, actually, especially, like I said, it's the guide to a happy, healthy vagina. So, you know, you guys have to give us tips, or give other ladies tips on how to keep a happy, healthy vagina. I mean, I like to talk to my penis quite a bit. You know, me and him have wonderful conversations, some of which actually are very, very, very intellectual. And some people look at me like they think I'm crazy, but I'm not, because, you know, it's my other head, after all. And you always have to talk to your other head. It would be arrogant for you not to talk to your other head.
Oh my God, that's funny. That's hilarious.
Well, yes, I call him, hey there, champ. His official name is something else altogether, and I will not reveal that on open air. I'd like to keep that a little bit private, but I call him champ every once in a while. Yeah. Hey there, champ. So, what do you think of the Big Bang Theory?
So there's a question for the men. Why do you name your stuff, and why do you keep the name secret? I mean, primarily, why do you keep the name secret?
Rob's the only one to keep it secret, and he's the only one that talks to it. I'll call Mr. Wiggly just for mixed company, just for a laugh.
See, you named it Mr. Wiggly after all. You named it. I'm not going to reveal the name of my Mr. Wiggly in your case. I mean, no. I call him Champ, in public. In private, I call him in his real name. Especially when we take a shower together. Me and him have a great conversation. He likes to get wet.
Because it's strong enough for a man, but pH balanced for a woman.
Marvin names his and talks his.
I rest my case.
But why do men have a hard time sharing the name? Rob, you're the one saying that, you're not revealing his name. Why is the name held so close for men? Why is it not revealed openly all the time? For some men. I mean, obviously some guys don't care, but...
Okay. So, would you like somebody calling you by your real name or somebody else's name?
Well, no, actually, I will answer that question. I will answer that question with a very, very convincing answer, because I do have a very good one. If I'm walking down the street and people know the name of my penis, they will actually crouch down and say hello to it in person. I don't like that. He is a very private person, you see. He only comes out when he's needed, whereas I don't bring him out constantly. It's not like I call my arm and I have people talk to my arm, you see. So therefore, he's a private person and he has his mind and he talks to me and we have a conversation and his name, he likes to remain its secret, not me personally. I mean, how would you like it if somebody walks up to you and says, "Hello there, Angel," and then he crouches down to your crotch and starts talking to your vagina? Of course, you wouldn't like it, and that is assuming you give the name to your vagina. Angel, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just not quite convinced by your answer. I do think. Let me rephrase your answer and see if I understand it correctly. What you're saying is that the name is private because the member is private.
Right, pretty much, yes. If I'm a nudist and I was to walk in public with my penis hanging out, then yes, people, then they see it and then they can call it for what it is, and that's fine. But because I always constantly cover it with underwears and pants and shorts and all sorts, obviously it's a private part, so therefore it's a private name.
Okay, so when you're in the army and you start off as a private, does it then grow in rank as you get promoted?
I feel penises are dicks, or vaginas are pussies, kitty cats, kitty, whatever the case may be. How is that so private?
No. Not the name of the body part itself. I mean, dick is a dick, penis is a penis. It's not a difference. But I have a special name for it. Like, for example, it shall be anonymous at this point, but I would like to call it Champ, for example. Like, okay, if you were to say hi to me and you bow down to my crotch and say, "Hey there, Champ," then I'll be weirded out, and I'll be like, oh wait, whoa, don't talk to it, talk to me. Yeah, no, this is mine. Yeah, I talk to it.
Okay. So if it's anonymous, do you wear one of them and Guy Fawkes masks on it?
I say we all take a guess at what the name is. I think it's called the Little General.
See, that's a bad name. That's a very bad name for your penis, if you call a Little General, because people will confuse it with the insurance company. Do you want to save some time? Call the General and save some time. Remember that? Remember that commercial? Yeah, you don't want that.
I know one thing that it's not called. Science One Service Now.
Oh, screw that. Science One Service Now. I hate that company. I really do. And if you ask me what's my beef with them, it has nothing to do with anything, but it shall be remaining anonymous as well. But no. I don't give my penis name out in public or for certain people anyway, just in case people don't call and I have to hold the phone on my crotch and have people discuss things with my private parts. Thank you very much. No, you shall not know the name of my penis.
But don't you think that would be a good name for it? Because it is Science One and you get Service Now.
I think we should ask our listeners to try to guess the name that Rob has chosen, just basing our decisions on the way we know Rob, what we know of him, and I think we should each of us take a guess at it.
I'm going for Dan. Dan the man. Dan. Dan the man. Oh, Desperate Dan.
And it sounds like he fell asleep. He fell asleep. He needed a wake-up call. Anyhow, so yes. If you can guess it, I will send you a photo of it directly to you in a private message. Yes. Guess the name, and you will receive a photo of my other head in private.
Oh, well, I was going to make a guess, but in that case, no.
Yeah, can we pass on the picture? Willie the White Snake.
I'm still sticking by Desperate Dan.
I'm thinking Simon.
I think about Brain.
Pinky or Massive Ferguson.
What about Harvey Warbanger?
Pink Floyd.
And if there's any guys in here who don't have a name, clearly these are the ones that are acceptable by other men.
Well, Ferguson, huh? That was funny. Oh man. But Buick came close. It is a Willie something. There's a second name for it.
Little Willie. Willie Little.
Free Willy. But sometimes it might not be free.
Big Willie.
Tiddly Willie.
Willy Wonka.
Dan.
Willy Wonka.
Oh God! You guys guessed it almost. Almost. It's actually Willy Wanker. Willy Wanker is always in my pants, and now I have to change the name for it, and I have to consult it tonight as I take a shower after the show.
I got it right, Willy Wonka. I'm checking the history there. I got it right. Willy Wonka. Didn't I? My God, I got it in the end. I'm good. I didn't know that good, but I'm good.
So, are you going to have to change his name by deed, Paul?
Well, I'm left for no reasons. Now I have to, like I said, I am going to have to change the name from Willy Wanker to something altogether complete.
I like Willy Wonka. That's nice.
Why do I have the song? Oompa loompa doopity doo. Going through my head now.
Yeah, but you crapped your pants, didn't you, Rob, when I said Willie Whitesnake?
Well, at least you can go back and listen to this, and you have plenty of options to choose from.
Or you could just stick another W in front of it, and then you could have www.
Come on in, the water's fine.
How about Wilbert Wiggly?
Oh. Okay. Have we stopped doing phone calls? Imagine phoning up and asking maybe Super Bowl, prank calls.
Well, see, every time I talk to my Willy Wanker, I always think of this, and I will allow you to enter a little piece of my world. And it goes a little bit something like this.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. Oh no, Rob, please don't tell me that was the video I sent you.
No, not at all. It's not the video that you sent me, but it is every time I have a conversation with my Willy Wanker. That's what goes through my mind. Come with me, and you will see a world full of imagination. Yep.
Okay. I'm sure it's seen some places. It's probably toured all around the world.
Yeah, maybe some ice cream, a few jelly beans, a few other things.
Cute. What's up, Bagel Barty?
Right. So, having said that, it's no, it's not candy that that we think of for the most part. It's a world full of imagination. I imagine doing things and things I do to others and others do unto me, and so therefore we do live in a world of an imagination that defies explanation.
Okay. Well, we've heard Rob the Brain's view on this. What about the Big Buffalo's tool?
I bet he calls it Mr. Wigglesworth.
Believe it or not, I do not have a name for it. I don't. Honestly.
Wait, what? What do you mean you don't have a name for it? I mean, what do you mean by that? You're Buffalo Tool. You have a Buffalo Kitty. And you don't have a name for your little Willy Wanker?
What, it's not even called Stretch Anderson?
No, not at all.
Okay, Mr. Buffalo Tool, even I find that one strange and almost unbelievable.
My point exactly. I mean, you know, I am Rob the Brain. I am a weirdo. I can live with that. I'm living with myself being a weirdo. I don't mind being the weirdo. Hell, I take pride in being a weirdo and a proud masshole. Yes, but you, sir, no name for your penis? That's just wrong.
No, I just don't, don't have a name for it. I mean, never really thought of it like that.
Good afternoon / morning, everybody on CB Radio Drama Free. I guess this is what I walked into. What a very interesting. I'm usually never on at this time of night, so I'm guessing this is the stuff I miss out on, huh? I don't have a nickname for my little toy, so, I don't know. You would think a 21-year-old would, but nope, not me. Anybody. I can't speak. Anyway, how's everybody doing?
Hello, Automotive, and welcome to the Brain Tool Show. It's the one show that allows you to actually interact with the guests and the hosts alike about all sorts of different various topics. Speaking of, if Buffalo Tool was to name his little dick, what would he name it? Judging by his character, and you folks have been speaking to Buffalo Tool for quite some time now. You've known Buffalo Tool just as much as you've known me, maybe even more. But that's not the point. The point here is, let's assume Buffalo Tool is to name his wanker something. What would it be?
Well, it certainly wouldn't be Fragile or Bone, because they all relate to China.
I was going to say something related to Joystick, because he does a lot of shifting a lot when he's driving. But I don't want to make that sound so horrible at the same time.
Magical Tool.
Waldo! And yes, I believe you, Buffalo Tool. I don't have a name for mine either. Even though I did have a girlfriend, I would name her Boobs frick and frack.
The sledgehammer.
Oompa Loompa.
See, sledgehammer was what I was thinking for you, Buffalo Tool.
Wow, all these comments. Oh my goodness. If a woman names it, the girlfriend calls it lollipop, blow pop.
JCB, because they make some pretty rugged tools.
Snap on.
Phillips screwdriver.
Snap on. You could also snap one off.
Tidbit of information, it only takes 7 pounds of pressure to remove a man's penis from his body.
Okay, that is disturbing. How would one know that?
You know, I would have to agree. I would have to agree with Sledgehammer. That sounds something so up Buffalo Tool's alley. You know, that's why I'm playing this song in the background, as you can tell. And it really fits perfect. I can honestly see him driving and talking to his Sledgehammer. You know, all they have to do is, you know, play the song in the background and sing along and look at his crotch. Can you imagine him doing that? That would be really, really funny, wouldn't it? I mean, really. You know, I think Peter Gabriel would be a very, very, very appropriate song for him at this point, because you can call him Sledgehammer.
Well, Rob, I never thought that so many people would have such an opinion on what I should call my male genitalia. Now I know what everybody really thinks. That's why I love this show. The interaction is just great and awesome.
Why, absolutely. Sledgehammer. That's the name of your penis. From this day forth, Buffalo Tool and his buddy, Sledgehammer.
Okay. Are you going to be cracking some concrete with that? Getting into them hard places?
I don't know. I don't know if you can slam concrete with it, but I can tell you this for sure. I mean, the poor guy hasn't been having any interactions with the other ladies, you know. So he most likely would put hole in a wall, and hence the name Sledgehammer.
Just like you say there, Rob. From this day forward, it shall be known as Sledgehammer. So now, if there's any ladies out there that are interested in the Sledgehammer, feel free to contact me here on CB Radio Drama Free. Send me a solo. It's ROC Elite Buffalo Tool at cbradiodramafree.com. Or I will create a new one, Sledgehammer 101 at gmail.com.
That would work quite well. You got a long wooden shaft with a pretty solid head.
Well, guess what, folks? You have wasted 2 beautiful hours of your life, and we thank you for that. We have come to the end of our show, and so, you know, before we say goodbye, I'm going to pass on the mic to my co-host, Buffalo Tool, the genius who is behind the Sledgehammer, as he hammers away the ending. Hey, Buffalo, would you like to say anything before we take off the
air? Yes, I would like to go ahead and thank all of our listeners, our participants tonight. You guys were wonderful. Even some people that don't normally participate, don't normally listen to the show and tune in, but they were here tonight. Marvin, you and your other half were great tonight. Psychobagapus, thank you for joining us tonight. And we will be sure to join you tomorrow for the afternoon twist. Our Twitch listeners, our YouTube listeners, to that gentleman I met at the Cracker Barrel, if you're listening, hello, I'm waving at you. I think your name was Eric, if I remember correctly. I'd like to thank the ROC for hosting us, CB Radio Drama Free, Rattlesnake, LBT, OG Criminal. Rob, thanks to you for being the host, Computer Chick for being our executive producer. The list goes on and on. There's too many people to mention, but thank you to everybody. So be sure to tune in tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Central Time for the afternoon.
Yes, and don't forget also tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Central Time, the afternoon twist with Psycho Bagapus and his wonderful and lovely co-host, Kayla, who was on here. Thank you again for being on our show. And don't forget also to tune in on Thursdays. If you like mumbling and a whole lot of nonsense, please, by all means, don't forget this and that. It's really, really a good show. You're going to love it. So don't forget to come on here also on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe. Anyway, having said that, folks, really, we like to thank everyone who's listening to us throughout Twitch and YouTube. If you tuned in for the first time, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to click the, subscribe button in order for you to actually listen to the latest and the greatest. So, and again, if you want to be a part of the show, all you have to do is download Zello, the app, from your app store, and it's available on every platform. Yes, every platform. Of course, if you have an Apple phone or an Android, you can definitely download it there, and definitely go into CB Radio Drama Free. And once you get there, you can be a part of our show. Don't forget to tune in to our shows. Once again, we would like to thank you all for your participation. Folks, you've been great. Thank you for allowing us to be in your ear for the last 2 hours. Don't forget to tune in next week. We're going to be having another crazy, well, who's to say crazy, maybe even a mad world kind of thing happening. Anyhow, having said that, thank you very much for tuning in. Good night. God bless. God bless.